Hi, I'm the Mythology Guy. I just saw Aquaman 2, in case you can't tell. I have this shirt because I really enjoyed the first movie a lot. The first movie was a really surprise, fun, really cool film, in my opinion. And now the second one's come out, and I'm a little late to it. I think it came out last week, and everyone's saying, oh, it sucks, it's boring, it's stupid, it's dumb, it's a horrible finale for the DC cinematic universe. It's terrible, just a wet fart, bad way to go out. I liked it. But you know what? I get what everyone's saying. It's dumb. It's not great, but I had fun with the dumb, and I had fun with it, honestly. And yeah, I know what some of you are thinking. Wow, he doesn't like the Percy Jackson show, which a lot of people like, but now he likes Aquaman 2, which a lot of people hate. What a contrarian asshole. I'm not trying to be. I'm sorry. I'm just being real with you guys. I think it's partially because I went into the Percy Jackson show with really high expectations because I hold that series like way, way up here, which was probably the wrong way to do it, and because then I ended up being pretty disappointed with what we got. Maybe it'll get better. And I went into this movie with expectations down here because of what everyone was saying, and so I ended up kind of pleasantly surprised. I was expecting crap. Maybe I should just always expect crap. Maybe then I'll have better cinematic experiences. But yeah, like I said, it is dumb. It's fun dumb. And there were times when I legitimately cared. But yeah, there's a lot of silly stuff. If you see me looking down, it's because I have like notes on some of the points I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I did have fun with it. There's a lot of action in this movie. A lot of it very CGI. The vast majority of it very CGI. But I thought the effects look fine, so I had fun with the action. There is one really bad effect, though, where Aquaman is like going to punch and it just looks terrible. If you've seen the movie, you might know what scene I'm talking about. But yeah, and also, I laughed at about, I want to say half the jokes. I'd say half the jokes for me were legit funny, and then the other half didn't work. And that's like both a benefit and like, if you get annoyed by not liking literally half the jokes in a movie, I can totally see why you wouldn't enjoy this experience. But the movie just keeps throwing so many jokes at you, and not like, in my opinion, not like in Thor: Love and Thunder, where it's too much and it's just constant dumb, 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 dumb. It's like, it's the Jason Momoa humor, where it is kind of fun, and it's kind of impossible to not, in my opinion, to not have fun with Jason Momoa when he's so clearly having fun. Like, he just seems like such a fun guy to be around. So, yeah, I was enjoying it. I also enjoyed seeing like the different like sea creatures and worlds they go to. Like there's this one point where, like, I'm not in the spoiler section yet, but stuff like this is in the trailer, where they go to this undersea area where there's a bunch of fish people and shark people and stuff. And I was like, this feels like the comics a little bit, or like I'm watching one of the DC animated movies. And I liked it, though. It was a little it reminded me a little of the George Lucas special edition Return of the Jedi, where all those weird CGI things are singing, because that does happen a little. But overall, I enjoyed seeing all that. One thing that might be a problem for some people is just how many different places we keep going to in this movie. Like, we go from Atlantis to like some prison break with weird creatures there, to suddenly this underwater black market with weird creatures there, to suddenly this radioactive island with weird creatures there, to this volcano base with machines there, to like this dark kingdom with weird creatures there. It's a little ADHD. But if you're just along for the ride, like it's a fun theme park ride or something, I think you'll enjoy it. But if you want like a focused narrative, then yeah, I totally get it. I get why people don't like the film. I'm not here to tell those people they're wrong. I just, I've said it already. I like there's I don't know if they revealed this in the trailers or not, but this isn't a big spoiler. Aquaman teams up with an octopus for a bit. And I actually kind of loved that, because you think about it, like, octopuses are some of the smartest sea creatures. They can walk on land, they can shoot ink, and they can camouflage. This octopus does, like, all of that. And I kind of loved it. I was like, oh my god, he's got an octopus sidekick right now. Look, when I go into an Aquaman movie, this is the kind of fun, dumb stuff I kind of want to see. Like, if you've read Aquaman's comics, there's a lot of silly stuff that happens that can also be badass at times. Randall Park is in this, and I liked his character, and I really like Randall Park. I've actually seen him in person. He spoke at my brother's graduation. He was really funny. He was really nice, charming, as far as I could tell. Maybe that's the celebrity facade he puts on, but I really like Randall Park. I think he's a really funny actor, and I thought he did his part well here. I thought... Like, he plays a guy who's working for the villain who's conflicted, and you know what? I bought his conflict. It didn't feel too rushed. You kind of... I feel like you get why he's doing what he's doing. One thing that is incredibly out of nowhere and way too rushed, though, and you know this from the trailer, is Aquaman deciding he needs to recruit his brother, which means he's literally going to have to break his brother out of prison after his brother murdered the king of one of the kingdoms. He's risking, like, war with the Seven Kingdoms because he wants to get his brother, because literally the logic is just, my brother's worked with Black Manta before, so of course I have to recruit him. You realize, dude, you could just request a visit with him where you could go ask him where he thinks Black Manta is. You don't have to break him out of jail. You're risking everything just so out of nowhere. It felt like he just wanted to spend time with his brother. So even though that's ridiculous, I actually thought the brother dynamic in this movie was one of the best things about it. Crap, I can't remember his name. I think it's Patrick something. But the actor who plays Orm does a great job. He's got good comedic timing. Him and Jason Momoa bounce really well off each other. It feels a little like a buddy cop movie when they're together. And I actually liked the brother dynamic. And part of the reason I liked it a lot is I have a little brother myself. And, you know, it kind of reminded me of me and my brother. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, let's talk about what I'm sure everyone wants to talk about, Amber Heard. Yeah, Amber Heard is in this movie. She's in it. She's got a few scenes. Her character exists. I don't think it's gonna make anybody mad. I heard her character got significantly decreased after everything that happened. And look, I'm not on her side either. Like, but you know, I'm just trying to judge the movie as a movie. And as a movie, her character's fine. Like, there's nothing really bad about it. She's barely in the film. It exists. It's not going... I don't think anyone's going to watch this movie and be like, I just couldn't enjoy it because of Amber Heard. I don't think that's going to happen. Another really funny, dumb thing about the film, though, which I haven't seen anyone else point out, I think, so I'm just going to point this out, is when he goes on the mission with his brother. So when he goes to save his brother from, like, the prison break, again, I'm not spoiling anything, this is in the trailer, and this is also in the trailer, he wears a different outfit because it can turn him invisible. And it's like, okay, I get why he has to change the outfit, and I don't know, you're trying to sell toys or whatever, but I get it, like, that's a good explanation. But then once they leave the prison and start their quest for Black Manta, he just puts on regular-ass clothes. He doesn't put on his invisibility suit or his armor of Atlan, and he doesn't bring his trident with him. It's like, dude, you're heading over to confront and fight Black Manta. Why wouldn't you bring your stuff? He just doesn't bring it. I don't understand why at all. Also, remember how the first movie was Lord of the Rings? Well, this movie is also Lord of the Rings. Okay, not 100%, but the main villain in this movie looks so much like Sauron, and his area looks so much like Mordor. It's kind of hilarious. And the Black Trident, again, in the trailer, the Black Trident behaves so much like the One Ring. It's Lord of the Rings. We're just doing Lord of the Rings again. But I love Lord of the Rings, so okay. Okay, overall, what would I give this movie? Look, on a fun scale for me, I'd give it a 7, but just to be a little more objective, because it is kind of dumb and all over the place and ADHD, and when I get into spoilers, I'll talk about a couple of really dumb things, so I'll give this a 6. Like, I'll say it's a little above average just because it made me laugh a lot, and and I liked the brother dynamic in it. I legitimately did, so I'll give it a 6. It's fine. I'm gonna go into spoilers now. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so spoiler section. One dumb thing that I actually forgot he had a kid in this until the kid became plot relevant, like his baby. So his baby does actually factor into the plot. Apparently, in order to free, I'm just going to say Sauron from his prison, Black Manta needs the blood of one of the Atlanteans, or not one of the Atlanteans, a descendant of Atlan. So he grabs Aquaman's baby and and he stabs Aquaman's dad in the chest, and I love this actor who plays Boba Fett. And I thought, oh, the dad is so dead. I thought he was dead the second they revealed Black Manta was going after the baby. I was like, Dad's gonna die. It's over. But no. So when Black Manta stabs him, he says, I'm gonna leave you alive because I want Aquaman to watch you die. I think, oh, okay, so he's gonna slowly start dying now because he's just been stabbed with the Black Trident. But then when the group gets there, they heal him and they say he'll be fine. And then at the end of the film, you can see he is fine. I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, honestly, nobody dies in this film except for, unnamed, soldier characters. None of the main characters die. And there are times when I thought Mira was gonna die because I thought, this is how they get rid of Amber Heard when Black Manta blasted her. But just as he's about to stab her, he gets knocked away. I was wondering if the baby was gonna die because I believe there are some Aquaman comics where the baby dies. But as he's rearing up to stab and he gets blasted away. Also, there are about 2 different times where he's rearing up to stab Aquaman and gets blasted away. I'm pretty sure there was a time he was rearing up to stab Orm and he got blasted away. Black Manta gets blasted away as he's rearing up to stab somebody at least 3 times in this film, maybe 4 or 5, I'm not sure. There was one joke I really liked where an explosion happens that knocks Aquaman out of a room, and I'm like, oh, this again. We saw that happen 5 times in the last film, and they just openly acknowledge it. Aquaman says, man, I hate when that happens, and I feel like that's a little wink at the audience. They're like, yeah, we know we had a lot of blow up the room scenes in the last film, so we're only going to do that once here. Here it is, and it's for a little joke. I thought that was cute. That was a little tongue-in-cheek cute. There's also this scene that I thought was pretty darn funny. One thing I actually really liked is Orm knows nothing about the surface world, which I thought was an interesting idea. He doesn't even know how to run properly. I was like, it makes sense. He's spent his whole life underwater. So that was actually a cute idea. He's literally a fish out of water. It's kind of funny. It's a really funny idea. And so yeah, when Aquaman's talking about burgers and fries and beer, Orm is like, that all sounds disgusting. What do you people eat? And so then Aquaman decides to screw with him. He picks up a cockroach and says, see this? This is delicious. You should try it. And Orm is like, really? He's like, yeah, you should. And I thought, okay, I see where it's going. He's going to bite into it and be like, ugh. And then Aquaman's going to be like, pranked. But actually, it took me by surprise. He bit it and went, and I just was like, okay, you got me, movie. That was kind of funny. But then they kind of ruin it because then Aquaman starts trying again. He pulls open this rotten coconut. I'm like, guys, the joke is over. Stop. Let it be done. Stop trying to drag it out more. We don't need that. When Aquaman finds out his baby got kidnapped and his dad is not dying, lying there, he starts screaming no, and I don't know why the movie suddenly decided to drop frames. He's like, no, and then I can't imitate dropped frames, but it looks really dumb. I don't know why. I haven't seen a movie do that in years, man. What was up with that? I like that there's a scene where Aquaman gets information out of a guy by putting an oxygen helmet on him and draining the water. Usually it would be the opposite in a scene like that. Normally it would be filling up with water. So it's like, that's a nice little flipping that on its head thing. I see what you're doing there. The way the final boss died was so lame, though. So once the Sauron guy finally gets up out of his chair and is like, I'm back, Aquaman grabs the black trident and throws it at him, and he catches it. The villain catches it, like, that didn't work. So what's Aquaman's brilliant plan? We're gonna grab another trident and throw it at him, and this time it works, because it literally smashes completely through the black trident, which is a little weird because the black trident was blocking this trident in earlier fight scenes, but now the golden trident can just completely destroy it. The most perfect shot ever, the most Robin Hood arrow through the arrow shot ever. And kills the villain. It's kind of a cool shot, but narrative-wise, it's really dumb if you actually think about it. And something funny is the way this movie ends is, there's actually something else I need to point out. Aquaman wants Atlantis to reveal itself to the surface because he wants them to work hand in hand with each other, but there's this sea council that won't let him. And I actually really like the way Aquaman makes his case and everything. I thought there was going to be some twist where the Sea Council's corrupt or something. But yeah, they're literally blocking him from doing it, so he can't do it. So at the end, how does he solve this problem? He just does it anyway. He just literally does it anyway. I'm like, wait, are there no repercussions for that? Like, what changed? What changed? I guess it's because Orm literally told him, if you lead, they will follow. So that just translates to, do whatever the hell you want. I have no idea. Maybe if there had been a third film, they would have gone into that, but that's not happening. This is the end of the DC EU. So he literally just ignores them, and you can tell because when they see him announcing it, they look like, wait, what the hell is he doing? So it's like, okay, I guess we just went, fuck it. That's the resolution. When he reveals Atlantis to the world and talks about working together, it reminded me a little bit of Black Panther, but it still felt enough like its own thing. But then I felt, it was actually feeling pretty good the way he was revealing everything, and then it felt kind of ruined at the end when he grabs the mic and goes, and I'm Aquaman! Woo! And I was just like, it felt a little off when you did that there, man. And it's also kind of hilarious if you think about it. Like, I'm another YouTuber pointed this out, so I didn't come up with this, but it's just true. The MCU started with Iron Man saying, I'm Iron Man, and now the DCU has ended with Aquaman saying, I'm Aquaman to the world. So, kind of ironic there. I was also surprised when Aquaman revealed himself to the world, he never brought up that he fought alongside the Justice League. I think that would have been a good way to help say, hey, see, I'm with you guys. I'm one of you. I think it would have been good if he said, I'm the king of Atlantis, but I grew up on the surface. I've fought for the undersea people, and I've also fought alongside the Justice League. I am of two worlds. I think it would have been good if he pointed that out a little bit. There's no after-credit scene. Don't stay all the way through the credits, but there is a mid-credit scene. I was actually waiting to see if Orm would ever eat an actual burger, and I was happy to see that he did. I don't know why I was invested in that. But there's a mid-credit scene where he grabs a cockroach and puts it in the burger and eats it. That was worth the wait. And fun fact, I realized, holy crap, that is the final scene in the entire DCEU. A man eating a cockroach. Oh, it's silly. It's very silly. But I had fun with it. I give it a 6 out of 10, but I totally see the problems with it. I totally see how it's dumb. I'm just glad I had a good time. I went in not really wanting to watch it, being like, oh, this is going to be so dumb. But, I actually very quickly was like, oh, I'm having fun. I wonder when it'll get terrible. And throughout the film, I was like, nah, I'm just having fun. It's fine. I'm having a good time. So I'm glad I was able to have that experience. What did you guys think of the film? Are you like me? Did you have fun with it? Because I saw the audience score is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be. Like, so did you enjoy it? Or are you one of those people who would give it a high audience score? Or are you one of the people who are like, no, I couldn't enjoy it. It was too dumb. It was too silly. It was too all over the place. I couldn't have fun with it. I get that. Like, but I'm just curious what you guys think. Are you sad the DCEU is officially dead, or are you excited for what James Gunn's going to do? I'm hopeful. DC means a lot to me because I grew up with the Batman cartoon, the Superman cartoon, the Justice League cartoon, and the Teen Titans cartoon. All of that got me really into these characters. Like, so I would really like to see them done very, very well in the future. I thought the Wonder Woman movie, the first one, was really good, and then the 1984 one came out and ruined it. I liked Man of Steel, and then Batman v Superman kind of ruined it. Even though Batman in that movie was pretty cool. There was good stuff in this DCEU. It just, there was too much bad stuff that really outweighed it, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. I don't know how to end videos, just like DC doesn't know how to end their universe.